Today is a great day. The sun is shining, the birds are tweeting, the llamas are awakening. Today is just an awesome day of Minecraft with Tarby. Every day around here is kind of the same, but it's always unique in its own way. But today in the air, I kind of smell something a bit different. Like something's changed. Something has changed in the Minecraft with Tarby world. I wonder if our friendly neighbourhood button will know what's changed in the world. There's definitely something, I just can't quite put my finger on it. So let's go and tap the button and let's speak to Karen. Karen, please can you help me out? I feel something different in the air. What's changed?
Tarby, today is the day. Today is the day we glow like an underwater mammal. Today is the day we make a rod to prevent a lightning bolt. Today is the day we uncover the truth in the legendary vault.
Well, Karen never did give us straight answers. I suppose our only choice is to go and find the hidden vault. What choice do I have? Something's changed round here, and I need to know what it is. So I suppose I'll see you when I get there. All the signs are pointing to this. I found it. I found the hidden vault. It's here. It's here. I know it's here. This must be it. Everything we need to know about what's changed is behind this hidden vault. Honestly, come and look. We need to get through this vault door. I'm gonna mine it down. I don't think I'm ready to see what's on the other side. What am I getting myself into? This is it. The hidden vault. What is the... No, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and all my fellow Tarbinians, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with Tarby, Caves and Cliffs Edition. Woo! The Caves and Cliffs update part 1 is finally here, and I cannot wait to explore it with you. Honestly, I recorded that intro thinking this is going to look absolutely epic and so secretive, but then I realised I'm probably going to put it in the title anyway. Like, come on, how did I not think I was going to do that? Honestly, before we start, I need to say a massive thank you to you guys. We've just hit 900 subscribers. That is mad. Like, you guys are absolutely mad. And not mad in a bad way. I mean mad as in a good way. Can you be mad in a good way? Well, you're mad in a good way. Haha. Oh my gosh. Caves and Cliffs is here. That means it's time. Ha! Take that. Got ya! You have no idea how long I've wanted to do that. That's for all the Axolotl fans out there. Now, I'm not getting my hopes up, but apparently Wandering Traders have new trades as well. Apparently they have trades related to blocks you can get from the lush caves. Oh yeah, nice and typical. Bog standard and disappointing. I'd expect nothing less. It may be a new update, but some things will never change. And neither will this. This is completely not Caves and Cliffs related. When was anyone going to tell me that this weaponsmith will do 1 emerald for 1 iron? I've got a massive iron farm over there. I've got so much iron. I've got iron coming out of my iron. We can just get loads and loads of emeralds from this. Why have I never done this before? I mean, this is just basic easy emeralds, this. I mean, this is too easy. This is like going mining and then on your first bit of strip mine you find diamonds. It's just far too easy. I also didn't realise you could give armour stands emeralds as well. That means you could probably have iron, diamonds, emeralds and all sorts. How have I never known this? Honestly, the new update's out. And I'm only just learning stuff about the game that was already in it. Lord have mercy and save us. Okay, so back to Caves and Cliffs. In today's video, we want to explore the new Caves and Cliffs update part 1. We're going to adventure off in our boat and on our elytra, and we're going to look for some new loaded chunks to find some new structures, items and blocks. We want to find all the new mobs, the goats, axolotls and even the glow squid. We want to find some of the new items, the new blocks, and then we want to bring them back here and incorporate them into our base. And while we do that, we're going to have a quick montage of me talking about what I'm most excited for in this update. So if I was to pick 3 things that I was most looking forward to in the Caves and Cliffs update part 1, the first one may not have been voted by fans. In fact, it's the only mob to have not been voted by fans at some point, but I reckon it's the number 1 hit among the fans. It's Axolotls. I want an army of Axolotls, and I want to get them around the base so I can take them with me whenever I go on an underwater adventure. That's what I'm super excited for. I'm also excited to get some crystals. Crystals will look really epic around the base, I'm sure you'd agree. Imagine making some nice greenery and scenery and then integrating it with crystals. And the final thing I'm most looking forward to is actually seeing all the new ore textures. That's something I really want to see. Some of them look really cool. I'm still struggling to tell the difference between iron and copper, but I'm sure I'll get there eventually. And as you can see, in front of us, we have a new ore texture. That must be in some new chunks. Let's explore these new 1.17 Caves and Cliffs chunks. As you can see below me, we have the new texture for iron ore, which looks super cool. Iron ore has changed, coal ore has changed, lapis lazuli ore has changed, redstone ore has changed, emerald and gold ores have also changed. The only one that stayed the same is diamond, which is super cool. What we want to do, we want to explore this cave. Hopefully it goes down for quite a bit and we can try and find some new mobs, items, maybe a little bit of new generation in there, and we're just going to explore and see what we come across along the way. Call me Dora, because I'm about to go explorer. One of the first things I've found, which is actually quite common throughout the caves, is the glow lichen. Now the glow lichen is a very dim light source at generating caves. You can use shears to pick it up, and you can actually use bone meal to spread it across surfaces. So if you put one down on the wall and use bone meal, it's going to spread across that wall. Pretty cool, right? I can see these being used to bring builds to life. For example, when you put vines at the bottom of a bridge, this time you can put glow lichen and it'll help bring out the more fantasy type of feel. Another new feature I found pretty early into this cave is the Axolotl. This is one of the 3 new mobs added in the 1.17 part 1 update. Axolotls currently spawn in underground water that is in total darkness, i.e. with stone, granite, diorite, andesite or deep slate. I think what's going to happen with these are eventually going to move into lush caves, but they're only out in the next part of the update. Axolotls love tropical fish, and you can actually breed axolotls by breeding them with 2 buckets of tropical fish. The main reason why everyone loves the axolotl is because it's like an underwater wolf. So if you've got a collection of axolotls and you take them all with you, they'll defend you against underwater hostile mobs like wolves do on the surface. So that's right. If you want to go and take on an Ender Guardian, you can take an army of axolotls and go take that thing down a lot easier than you used to. And now we have our very own axolotl. The aim is throughout the episode to go try and take 4 or 5 so to take back with me, and then we can integrate them into our base. So far, I love the appearance of the axolotl, and I can't wait to test them out against underwater mobs. Next feature we have found is the Amethyst Geode. I found this one just in the middle of a mine shaft, which is super cool, but look at how awesome these look. And I absolutely love the sound it makes when you walk across them. So Amethyst Geodes are huge geodes that can be found anywhere underground in the overworld. I've even seen them spawn in a deep sea biome, proper under the sea. Amethyst Geodes contain smooth basalt, calcite and all sorts of amethyst shards. The amethyst will actually grow here, which you can then harvest off the cluster and get shards which you can use towards tinted glass, telescopes. I can go on. The only thing is with these is you cannot take the blocks for the amethyst to harvest on, so you can only harvest them here, which means I've took the coordinates to this place and I'll definitely be back here soon to see if more amethysts have grown. Maybe in the future they'll add it so you can actually make amethyst farms, or will that take away from the novelty of it? Let me know in the comments which one would you prefer. But the main reason we love them is these awesome noises it makes when you walk across them. Just listen to this. All jokes aside, we're going to take some of these crystals and amethysts and we're going to decorate them across the Minecraft With Tarby base. With the shards, we'll be using them in the future of the episode. but you'll have to hang around to see exactly what we do with them. No matter how many new updates we get, some things will never change, and the euphoria when you find diamonds, that will never change. And here we have the new deep slate block. So deep slate can be found in the deepest part of the underground. It's slightly tougher to mine than normal stone, but it's also extremely similar. Mining deep slate without a silk touch pickaxe will give you cobbled deep slate, similar to how stone works with cobblestone, but you can also get just normal deep slate by using a silk touch pickaxe. There's so many different blocks you can make out of deep slate. You can make cobbled deep slate slabs, deep slate stairs, deep slate walls, polished deep slate slabs. You get the drill. Imagine all the blocks you can make with stone brick, smooth stone. You've now got that with deep slate. And that is one of the new blocks that they've added into this update. As you can see, you can also use deep slate to create stone tools. Now that you can use deep slate for stone tools and basalt, is stone going to get kicked out of the game eventually? Is this a conspiracy, Mojang? I just want to thank every person who's currently on the subscriber mineshaft. These are the people who've liked, commented and subscribed on an episode of Minecraft with Tarby. And a big thank you to the 3 new people who've liked, commented and subscribed since the last episode. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to the subscriber mineshaft. Next up, we have the second of 3 new mobs added into the game. This mob is so epic and so awesome that Mojang took years on years to add it into the game. This mob is so cool. This mob, it... What? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Goats. Yep, that's right, we have goats in the game now. So goats were actually elected to be in the game in Minecon Live 2019, where all the fans voted and goats were the ones chosen to come into the game. So this has been long overdue, and it's good to finally have the goat here. Goats spawn in mountain biomes, but seeing as how the new cliffs aren't here, they're now spawning in extreme hills biomes. They were really easy to find. I literally came out of the cave, found the nearest extreme hill, and there they were. Goats can actually scale the side of mountains. They can jump extremely high. They can be bred by using wheat, so you can actually farm goats if you want. And kind of like cows, if you go up to them with a bucket, they will give you milk. Goats also ram stuff. If you go and stand too close to a goat, they will go and ram you. So if you're just going to stand next to them for a bit, they will actually charge into you and hit you back. You can imagine scaling 100 plus blocks to the top of a mountain, and then when you get to the top, all you hear is bang, and a goat just comes and knocks you straight off. Could you imagine? But also it could be helpful in a farm, because they do actually do it with creepers, zombies, etc. Imagine some of the farms people could make out of these, honestly. In the future update, they'll be dropping goats' horns as well, which makes the same sort of noise that happens when a raid round starts. However, they're not in the game just yet. They may not be the greatest of all time, but I'm really happy to see goats in the game, because the more mobs the merrier. Team Goat. Here we have dripstone. Dripstone is another type of block that's going to appear even more in the second part of the Caves and Cliffs update, because there'll be dripstones having their own underground cave biomes. Dripstone is super cool, and I personally really like it because we've never had a block that actually looks like this. It's like a circular base pyramid, but what's good about him, if you place a load of them on the floor and jump on top of them, you actually take damage, which is awesome. Later on in the series, I want to make a farm where mobs fall onto the dripstone and die, and then all the loot goes down into a hopper minecart system and then gets carried into a chest. It's such a cool way of getting resources, and I cannot wait to integrate that into the series. So yeah, I'm a big fan of dripstone. There's not much to say to it for now. It does generate a little bit in caves, but we'll know more in part 2 of the update. I think I may have just seen what I really didn't want to see. Yes, I have. I have seen the glow squid. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the third and final and most disappointing mob, the glow squid. Now, the glow squid was chosen by the community instead of the Axolotl and another mob no one really cared about. I'm not salty about the Axolotl, by the way, but the glow squid itself, as much as it kills me to say this, actually doesn't look that bad. It actually looks pretty cool. Again, this is going to be one of them mobs we're going to see more of in the second part of the update, because with the new caves and the way they're structured, they'll have more freedom to spawn in the way they want to. But they don't actually look that bad. And then if you kill them, you get glow ink sacks, which I'll show off later in the video. But like I said, they don't look too bad. I'd love to capture a few and get them around the base just locked up, so they make like cool decoration. But yeah, there's not too much to say about the Glow Squid, unfortunately. Apart from the Axolotl would have been better. Oh, get over yourself, Tarby. Right, so that is pretty much as good as you're going to get for underneath the caves as part of this update. That is pretty much everything you are going to see underground. You've got the 2 new mobs, and you've got the one above ground being the goat. You've got the glowing lichens underground. You've got some of the deep slate, the new ore textures. There's all sorts going on down there. I can only encourage you to go and check it out for yourself. The update can feel a bit underwhelming for part 1, but I think that's because part 2 is just going to be unbelievable and gigantic in terms of scale. So let's consider this just a bonus extra feature, and the main deal is yet to come. We're going to make our way back to the base now. We're going to talk about a few other new features, and we're going to integrate some of the Caves and Cliffs update into our base. And while we do that, I'm going to talk about some features which I wasn't looking forward to, but now I'm actually quite impressed with. I'm going to say something quite controversial here, and this is going against everything I stand for. I actually don't mind the Glow Squid. I actually quite like the way it looks, as stupid as that sounds. When the first preview came out, it didn't really glow, but now you can tell that that's there. In the dark, in the new update, whenever that comes out, that's going to look epic when you're in a massive cave and you can see glow squids about everywhere. That's actually going to look pretty cool, to be fair. So congratulations to Mojang. I'm actually quite impressed. As much as I hate myself right now, because it's kind of like a love-hate relationship with me and these, kind of like me and Karen, I am actually rather impressed with how they've done it. And overall, I think the fans picked a good option. And yes, that goes against everything I stand for. And no, I'm not going to sleep well tonight because of it. Thank you, Glow Squid. You're already ruining my life. We're back at the Tarbyist of Tarby bases right now, and we're just in the super smelter, where we're going to super smelt all the copper we've got, so we can have a look at a copper block. With 9 copper ingots, you can craft a copper block, which can then be made into different types of copper blocks, but you'll see them in your crafting table. The copper block looks a bit like this. We're going to leave it here outside because the block's actually oxidized, so I want to come back in a few weeks and just see how much colour this block has lost. Just a hint, you can stop this by combining copper blocks with honeycomb. You can also take your copper ingots and some of your crystal shards that you got from the geode, and you can make a spyglass, which if you're British, or if you're kind of like anyone else on this planet, you'll just call it a telescope. The telescope I actually think is quite a cool feature for Minecraft Bedrock players, because we've never had Optifine or anything like that, so it does help us zoom into certain places, which is pretty cool, because it means you can see a lot further into the distance. For Java users, when Optifine starts working with the latest update, there's no point you having this really. It's going to be the exact same, but you can see on a wider screen. But for Bedrock players, it's pretty good. The only downside is the actual hole you look through is a bit cornered off, so you don't see the whole screen, which I suppose is very realistic considering it is a telescope at the end of the day. You can see the range on the telescope's really good. I'm actually quite happy with it. I do actually quite like it. I'm going to put one at the top of the tower on the other side of the bridge, so whenever we're up there we can have a good look about on our telescope and see exactly what we've built. Overall, I'm a big fan of the telescope. Whether I'll use it often I'm not too sure, but it's a good welcome addition. Another feature you can make out of copper is if you combine 3 copper ingots, you can make a lightning rod, which looks a bit like this. Now a lightning rod is designed to keep lightning away from setting fire to anything around you, i.e. trees, your house, your wooden house, anything like that. So what it does, you put the lightning rod down and any lightning within a 64 block radius will hit the lightning rod and not anything else. So it's completely lightning proof, which is epic. I need to find a home for the axolotls, and there's only one place I want them to go, and that is in the Mega Base Junction room. The water here has actually been planned for months to get a swamp of axolotls in it, and that's because I want these guys to be here, and I want to try and get a system where the axolotl can leave the junction room and pop out to somewhere else where we can take them on our adventures with us. So the axolotls will fit in perfectly down here, and yeah, it brings even more life to the junction room, and I've got some pet axolotls. What more could I ask for, honestly? Thank you to the patrons, you know who you are and you keep me going. If you want to become a patron and get yourself on this wall, the link is in the description. I know before we killed a wandering trader, but that was just a joke on how useless they are. Don't get me wrong, they are still 99.9% useless, but there's some blocks you can get off the wandering trader which you can't really find anywhere else, or the super rare because of the update. One of them being a moss block. Now the moss block is basically a block that's going to be found in the lush caves biome, but obviously that's not here at the moment, so you'd only find one on the off chance. So I'm going to buy a load off the Wandering Trader and I'll show you exactly what they do. So you can see your bone meal and moss block, and you get loads of different blocks that come off it. You get azalea plants which are new, you get grass carpets which are new, you get all sorts of different new greenery, which is awesome. And I think this might be the one time I've actually gone to the Wandering Trader and I've not killed him. Congratulations, sir. One thing I want to do, I want to add some of this new greenery and the crystals and stuff like that around the base. So let's jump into an extra fast tarb charge and let's do this. I'm really happy with the little additions we've made to the base, and today's question of the day was only ever going to be one thing. What is, in your opinion, the best thing about the Caves and Cliffs update part 1? Let me know in the comment section. No comment is wrong, and no opinion is ever going to be wrong either. So make sure you get your comments into the comment section below. Otherwise the Glow Squid might just come and get you. There's also some other features that have appeared in this update, i.e. tinted glass. But I didn't want to make this episode absolutely gigantic, and that sort of stuff we're going to use in the future of the series anyway. So look forward to that in the future episodes, because it'll definitely be coming in. Candles as well at the time of recording, they're not in this update, but I believe they're coming soon, which will be really cool. I cannot wait to integrate them. So there is still stuff to come, but you'll know about that in the next episodes of Minecraft with Tarby. Overall, I'm quite happy with the Caves and Cliffs update part 1, but like I say, part 2, the main event, is yet to come. In the next update, we're going to have a massive rehaul of the caves, of the cliffs. I'm so excited. There's going to be satchels. There may even be archaeology. I'm not too sure, but that is one of them that was mentioned. There's so much stuff left to come into the game, and I just cannot wait for that update. But for now, let's be happy with what we've got. This is the end of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Let me know how you feel. Leave a like on the video. Likes really help me out. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. I hope every single person watching this has a great day. And you may not know it yet, but you've just become Tarbyfied. See ya. Bye bye.